Picture this. It's 1931, and Aldous Huxley writes a book about a future where technology solves every problem. Huxley's family were science geniuses, so he knew where tech could lead. He imagined a world with no sadness, no sickness, no heartbreak, just endless, engineered happiness. But here's the twist. To get that happiness, you have to give up being a real, messy human. The real threat in this story isn't aliens or monsters. It's the idea that comfort and entertainment could quietly steal our freedom. Imagine a world that's a comfy prison, great snacks, perfect Wi-Fi, but you can never leave. Sound familiar? We're all a little obsessed with happiness and gadgets. This book asks, what does it mean to be human in a world that's always on? There's even a happiness drug called Soma. No hangover, but there's always a catch. We'll meet the people of this perfect world, see how it works, and watch what happens when someone from outside starts asking questions. It's a wild, thought-provoking trip to the future. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Welcome to the World State, a place meticulously engineered for stability and contentment. Here, the guiding principle, the very foundation of society, is encapsulated in a powerful motto: community, identity, stability. In this world, the traditional family unit is not just obsolete, it's actively discouraged. Here, family is a dirty word, a relic of a less civilized past. There are no parents, no deep, abiding love, and certainly no messy, unpredictable emotions to disrupt the carefully maintained equilibrium. Everyone belongs to everyone else, a concept designed to foster unity and eliminate possessiveness. And above all, happiness is not just desired, it's mandatory, a societal obligation. If you're sad, if you experience a moment of unhappiness, it's not your personal failing, but society's problem, and they'll fix it, fast, efficiently, and without judgment. Work is easy, designed to be fulfilling without being challenging. Games are bizarre, offering simple pleasures and distractions. And relationships are casual, fleeting, and free from the burdens of commitment. Love and marriage? Far too risky. They are seen as potential sources of instability, breeding grounds for jealousy, possessiveness, and ultimately, unhappiness. Deep, complex feelings are not celebrated but banned outright. They threaten the carefully constructed stability of the world state. Society runs on a strict caste system, a rigid hierarchy that dictates every aspect of an individual's life. Alphas, the intellectual elite, reside at the very top, while epsilons, the laborers, occupy the bottom rung. Your place in this system is assigned to you before birth, predetermined by genetic engineering and social conditioning, and you're conditioned to love it, to embrace your role without question. Hypnopedia, sleep teaching, is employed from infancy, subtly brainwashing kids with carefully crafted slogans and messages. These slogans, repeated endlessly during their sleep, instill values like, I love my caste, and the ever-popular, a Grammy is better than a damn, promoting instant gratification over genuine emotion. Everyone grows up believing these ideas are their own, internalizing the world state's values as if they were innate. The result? A society that runs like a perfect, well-oiled machine with every person a happy little cog, content in their preordained role. But what happens when someone, against all odds, starts to question the system, to see the cracks in the facade of happiness? Is happiness, manufactured and readily available, truly worth the price of freedom, of individual thought and expression? In the world state, nobody asks these questions. Nobody dares to, until now. It's brilliant in its design, terrifying in its implications, and disturbingly familiar in its methods of control. Imagine never feeling lonely, always surrounded by others, but never truly connecting with another human being on a meaningful level. That's the world state in a nutshell, a society of manufactured contentment. No pain, no passion, no problems to grapple with, no challenges to overcome. Just endless, readily available, and ultimately shallow fun, designed to keep everyone docile and compliant. But what if you want more than just fleeting pleasure? What if you yearn for something deeper, something authentic? What if you want to be real, to feel real? That's where our story really begins, with the awakening of a desire for something more than manufactured happiness. No parents here, people are made in factories, not born. The Central London hatchery grows babies in bottles, assigning them alpha, beta, gamma, delta, or epsilon status before they're even decanted. The Bokanovsky process splits one egg into up to 96 identical workers, perfect for mass production. Embryos are engineered for their future jobs. Some are made to love heat, others to hate books. Conditioning starts early. Babies are shocked if they touch books or flowers, so they'll never want to read or waste time. The goal? Eliminate individuality. Everyone fits a mold. No surprises, no dreams, no chance to be different. Birth is replaced by manufacturing and love by programming. People think this is normal, even wonderful. The real miracle of life is traded for efficiency and control. It's social engineering at its most extreme. You're not just told what to do, you're built for it. No family, no freedom, no choice. Just perfect, predictable people. And nobody questions it, until someone does. And then there's John, the savage, a figure shrouded in mystery and raised far from the gleaming towers of the world state. He was raised on a reservation, immersed in the traditions of family, the fervor of religion, and the timeless wisdom of Shakespeare. A world apart from the manufactured happiness he's about to encounter. His mother, Linda, was originally from the world state, but found herself stranded outside its utopian borders, carrying the seeds of a world John has never known. John is caught precariously between two vastly different worlds. He understands the depths of love and the sting of pain, emotions carefully suppressed in the world state. Yet he dreams of the brave new world his mother described, a place of supposed happiness and ease, a stark contrast to the harsh realities of his upbringing. Bernard, ever the opportunist, sees John not as a person, but as his ticket to popularity, a means to elevate his own standing within the rigid social hierarchy. Lenina, on the other hand, is genuinely fascinated by John's strange and foreign ideas about love, a concept that challenges the very foundation of her conditioning. John, fueled by his mother's tales, hopes that London will be the paradise he's always imagined, a sanctuary from the hardships he's endured. But these three are about to collide in a way that will shatter their preconceived notions and challenge the very fabric of their existence. Bernard, the misfit insider, forever on the fringes of a society he can't quite fit into, despite his Alpha Plus status. Lenina, the seemingly perfect citizen, a shining example of world-state conditioning, yet harboring a spark of curiosity that threatens to unravel her perfect facade. And John, the outsider, the savage, who will challenge everything they know and force them to confront the uncomfortable truths they've been so carefully shielded from. When John enters the world state, armed with his Shakespeare and his untamed emotions, nothing will ever be the same. The established order will be tested. He's about to find out if the promised paradise is truly a paradise, or just a gilded cage built on lies and manufactured happiness. And the world state, complacent in its manufactured bliss, is about to meet its first real, unengineered problem, a human being with a soul. Buckle up because the ride is about to get very bumpy.
Bernard's different. I want to know why he's so different, but maybe I shouldn't ask. Maybe some questions are better left unasked in this world.
Then there's Lenina Crown, a beta, conditioned to follow all the rules and embrace the prescribed happiness, but is oddly curious, almost dangerously so, about Bernard's unconventional behavior.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm the only one who truly wants to be alone, away from the crowds and the constant noise, just to think.
Meet Bernard Marx, an Alpha Plus destined for greatness, who feels like an outsider because he's short, self-conscious, and a little too thoughtful for his own good. He craves real conversation, meaningful connection, and moments of quiet solitude. Totally weird, almost heretical, in this relentlessly social and superficial world. John, having been raised on the timeless ideas of romance, chivalry, and unwavering commitment found within the pages of classic literature, is utterly horrified by the casual relationships and the lack of emotional depth he witnesses in this new world. He lashes out in frustration and anger, unable to reconcile his deeply held beliefs with the society around him. In his fury, he resorts to the language he knows best, calling Lenina names and quoting passages from Shakespeare, hoping to convey the depth of his disappointment and disillusionment. Lenina, unable to cope with John's intense emotions and unable to understand his perspective, escapes into a soma-induced haze, seeking refuge from the conflict and discomfort. She is left feeling confused, deeply hurt, and rejected by John's harsh words and actions. John, in turn, realizes that this brave new world, despite its promises of happiness and stability, is ultimately empty and devoid of genuine meaning. The people are shallow, their interactions superficial, and their emotions carefully controlled. The happiness is a carefully constructed facade, masking a deeper emptiness and a lack of authentic connection. Surrounded by millions, he feels more profoundly alone than he has ever felt before. the carefully constructed experiment of this utopian society is starting to crack under the weight of its own contradictions. And the true cost of this manufactured perfection, the suppression of individuality, the absence of genuine emotion, and the loss of freedom, is becoming increasingly clear.
I was just trying to be nice. Why is he so angry?
John desperately tries to talk about the profound beauty of love, the timeless wisdom of Shakespeare, and the importance of individual expression, but his words fall on deaf ears. No one in this manufactured society truly understands the depth of his feelings or the meaning behind his words. Bernard's fleeting fame quickly fades into obscurity, especially when John, increasingly disillusioned with being treated as a spectacle, refuses to continue being a sideshow for the amusement of the world state's citizens. Lenina, drawn to John's intensity and intrigued by his unconventional nature, attempts to seduce him, acting according to the only model of relationships she has ever known, a model based on casual encounters and instant gratification.
I don't get it, John. Isn't this what everyone wants?
Initially, John is amazed by the technological marvels and the sheer scale of the city, but he is quickly disgusted by the pervasive artificial happiness, the shallow social interactions, and the profound lack of any real meaningful connection between people.
Suddenly unpopular. Everyone wants to meet the savage, to gawk at the outsider, to experience something different, even if they don't truly understand it.
Bernard, eager to impress and capitalize on the novelty, takes Lenina to the savage reservation, where they encounter John, a young man raised outside the world state's control, and his mother Linda, a former beta who was abandoned on the reservation years ago. In a twist of fate, Bernard unexpectedly realizes that John is, in fact, the director's long-lost secret son. A scandalous revelation in a world that has completely eradicated the concept of parents and biological families. Seizing the opportunity to gain an advantage, he brings John and Linda back to London, instantly transforming John into a celebrity and a source of endless fascination for the jaded citizens of the world state. In the world state, happiness is shallow and manufactured. No pain, no struggle, no real joy, just endless comfort. But can you appreciate happiness without knowing sadness? John sees people who are safe but never truly alive. Art, literature, and passion are gone. Too risky for stability. Science is stuck. Progress is dangerous. The best moments in life come from overcoming challenges, but here, there are none. The people are like children, never allowed to grow up. John wants the right to be unhappy, to feel everything, good and bad. The world state offers comfort, but at the cost of meaning. Is a painless life worth it if it means giving up what makes us human? That's the book's core question, and it's not an easy one. Soma is the world state's secret weapon, a drug that erases all bad feelings. Stressed? Take Soma. Awkward moment? Soma. It's everywhere and it's free. A gram is better than a dam. That's the motto. Soma isn't shameful, it's expected. Refusing it is antisocial, but Soma is more than a drug. It's control. People are too blissed out to question anything. When John's mother Linda returns to London, she overdoses on Soma, escaping reality until she dies. John sees Soma as poison, a way to enslave people with fake happiness. In a powerful scene, he throws Soma out the window, begging people to be free. They riot, desperate for their next dose. They'd rather be happy slaves than free and uncertain. Soma is the perfect symbol for the world state, a beautiful lie everyone accepts. It's comfort over truth, pleasure over freedom, and it's almost impossible to resist. But John tries, and the world pushes back. Mond keeps John as an experiment, but John can't live in this world. He escapes to a lighthouse, seeking purity and freedom. He punishes himself, trying to drive out the world's corruption, but he can't escape the crowds or his own pain. The world won't let him be free. The experiment ends in tragedy. The cost of perfection is too high, and the question remains, is comfort worth the price of your soul?
Maybe I'll finally get to write something real.
We tried freedom. It led to chaos. People want comfort, not truth.
Bernard and Helmholtz are exiled to islands for misfits. John argues for freedom, pain, and real emotion.
I know what we've given up. Art, science, religion. But happiness and stability are worth it.
After the Soma riot, Bernard, Helmholtz, and John are arrested and brought before Mustafa Mond, the world controller. John's escape ends in tragedy. He's hounded by crowds, his pain turned into entertainment, until he takes his own life. The book closes with a haunting image, a world that has no place for a true individual. Huxley's warning is clear comfort, and distraction can quietly steal our freedom. Are we trading truth for convenience? Are we giving up meaning for easy pleasure? The book doesn't give easy answers. It asks, what are we willing to sacrifice for happiness? Is a painless life worth losing love, art, and the freedom to choose, even if it means suffering? The struggle between messy freedom and empty comfort is timeless. Makes us look at our own world and ask, are we heading there? Is perfect happiness really perfect? Or is there beauty in the struggle? The question is more urgent than ever. What do you think?